go back to the original point.
والله you and this table go back يا ابو شاب انواع الافلام.
تستهبل حتى هذا تشتغل عليك بالقيامه.
ليش why are you deflecting Turks? Why are you deflecting Turks?
That's not deflecting.
We're talking about what are we talking about?
Nothing.
No, we're talking about you.
The real me.
The real you, number one. We're talking about the real you.
It's a filtration of me.
Shuf, I'm happy and I'm proud that you're comfortable enough to actually be the real you around us, as disturbing as that is most of the time. No, but at the same time,
it wasn't true. I'm fucking with you.
But at the same time, like you're missing the point of the pod.
You know what's funny?
What's funny?
How he's taking the time to say it's interesting to see you be you, no matter how dark you are. It's interesting to see him with his dumbass stupidity that he comes up every single fucking week.
It's funny. It's entertaining. That's what it is. It's entertaining.
I must be not getting it.
Shamsi going about life is entertainment. Yeah, for y'alls, apparently. Y'all find joy and happiness in it.
That goes back to the essence of comedy. Tragedy is when I prick my finger. Comedy is when you fall down a well. That's
Is that comedy? That's not comedy.
Okay, speaking of dark comedy, thank you for bringing that.
That's a missing persons case. That's an Amber Alert.
Yeah,
That's nowhere near comedy, my guy.
Oh my god! Don't make me get hit by a car next to you. Like, nah, bro, save me.
لا يقول لك ليش ما تسوق؟
that's the thing here. Okay. That's the culture here. إنه والله فلان طاح على وجهه. What's the boys' reaction? استاهل.
Bro, I was thrown off a horse. A literal motherfucking horse.
I wish I was there.
And they laughed.
استاهل.
كنت هناك انت ولا؟
ما حد قال لك.
I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I've never seen you
I
fall off
wasn't.
a horse.
You
If I
weren't.
saw you fall off a horse, I would.
Of course you wouldn't see me. كنا في البر يا ابو عدول.
Hilarious.
That's
God.
why you didn't see me.
Thank God.
Who brings horses to the bar? There's no grass.
Bored people.
Horse people. I don't know.
Horse people.
Dothraki.
I don't know, bro.
Oh my god.
الزبدة كان مخيم and there was a horse.
I hate you.
And the horse got in heat, apparently, or some shit.
In heat.
So it was a horse.
Yeah, it really did, because there was a
horse,
and she was running, and he was like, "Ooh."
You were the fellas.
I was not. I was trying to get home safely.
That's what threw you off. Like,
Just
come here, baby.
It gave me one. It gave me two. I got it by three. I got it by three. Three is get off, motherfucker.
Just a clarification.
Yes.
Males don't get in heat. Females.
Yes,
Whatever, my guy.
It's champs.
Whatever, my guy.
Again,
Horses do horse things. I don't know, man.
طيب تقول لي اعطاك الاولى اعطاك
يا
الثانية.
حبيبي اعطاني الثانية انا استوعبت قلت اسمع طب والله man overboard.
يعني ابو الشباب مو راضي يفهم يعني افهم.
I'm serious. Like I actually was thrown off the horse. I actually like I.
No, we know that.
You know that.
Let
He
him
doesn't
continue
know
speaking.
that.
Hold on.
Okay, he doesn't know that. Okay,
Yes.
the only good thing was I was able to twist and roll in the air. So
See, I told you not to keep speaking.
so I fell on my ass and not on my neck. So alhamdulillah يعني.
Oh, so you're
Haldi actually. I fell on haldi كده.
Or the horse got exactly what he wanted.
يا حبيبي he kept on jumping.
He was aiming for the neck صراحة بس.
Bro, I remembered Superman at that moment.
aiming for a vein.
Like استغفر الله العظيم من جد.
ايش؟
Like I actually remembered Superman at that moment. I'm like, yo, homie was
Be more specific.
Yeah,
Christopher
like,
Reeve.
Christopher
Reeve, not Superman.
Yeah,
Superman
he was-
doesn't exist.
Christopher Reeves. Okay, when
How he fell off a horse.
Yeah, how he fell off a horse and was in a chair for the rest of his life. يعني عرفت اللي think quick, homie.
Yeah, never
Twist.
go on horses. خلاص.
Well, you should have thought about that.
You know what the
before
thing
got on
is?
a horse.
I actually sat down with somebody recently who is يعني he is somebody who got into
Horse
horses.
whisperer.
Sure, horse whisperer. Let's call him the horse whisperer.
No,
okay?
horse keeper. Yeah,
Like horse man. Okay, not a keeper. He's not a keeper. He's an equestrian.
He's a cowboy.
He's an
Yes.
equestrian. Okay.
Okay.
And he was telling me how getting into horses literally transformed. He's like, bro, it's an addiction.
Horse people are weird
He's like, you start doing it and you just keep want to doing it and you just don't want to stop doing
because
it.
they're weird.
Because it gives you a feeling of such madri, what it is, like freedom and control and like you're in tune with another animal and you're taking care of it. And like it's a symbiotic relationship with another living being. You can't have that with dogs, for example.
It's
Or
an
cats.
animal. It's not sentient. It doesn't feel.
I said,
Hold on, excuse me. You said you
What?
can't have that with dogs.
in the type of relationship you have with a horse, you can't have that with a dog, obviously. You are riding the horse. If you're riding a dog, I am disturbed and disappointed in what you're doing with your dogs.
Whenever I'm alone with them, it's my business.
Exactly. Yeah. If you have a sled somewhere here, they're taking you al-baqala.
It's not even a
Bad
sled.
idea, homie. Yani.
Like I know, Melly, you weigh 2 kilograms, but you can do this.
Yeah. But
You are a
so
sad
yeah.
person,
So
Chelsea.
horses are fun. until they throw you off.
Get
It's like,
this over
I
with.
don't know, bro. حمسني والله. I wanted to get a horse. Like I'm
Champs, you
like,
couldn't take care of a cat.
Please
No,
get a horse.
I did.
Tekfa.
I took care of 3 cats actually.
No,
Okay.
well,
One of the cats threw itself off a building.
It didn't throw itself.
خلوها. You took care,
Yeah.
in quotes,
Yeah.
as in when a mobster says, take care of that problem.
No, I gave
Wow.
them, bro. I fed them and kept them alive
It's like,
Yeah.
I love you, but.
while giving them love and affection.
Oh
What
my
more can
God.
I do?
Champsy, I've never said Champsy in love and affection all in one sentence.
محروم. محروم يا بعد دول. والله محروم. Just say يعني.
Oh, hey.
لا.
Welcome to Pastor Kabsa. It's your boy Adil. What's happening? Was popping episide 191. Happy New Year to all. Yeah, I got the homie Turks right behind me.
Yo.
I got Shams right next to
Yo.
me. I got this number 1 in the building.
Why are people happy?
And حنونين.
It's a new year, number 1.
Fresh start.
Why? What changed?
I didn't post.
Your
I wanted to
perception.
post. Anyway.
Yeah, your perception
About what?
of
Life.
life. It's a new fresh start. It's like turning a fresh page in a book. Or دفتر حق تلوين or something. I don't know.
Wow.
But
Wow, he had to dumb it down for you.
You have such a way with words, my friend.
but yeah, that's what it is. It's an
Champsy the wordsmith. What do you know about
it's an opportunity for new beginnings, new resolutions, a new take on life.
Why not last month?
Because
Yes.
it wasn't a new year.
I'm gonna ask you a question, Shamsi.
Obviously.
How many
You're
of you?
talking to someone that put happy 30th as an event.
I mean,
Not New Year's Eve, not
Yeah,
New Year's.
because
Happy 30th.
yes, because it
How
wasn't.
how many?
It was neither. It was neither
Then
actually.
why do you tell me it's a New Year's party?
I mean, it was around the New Year's weekend.
Yeah, Shamsi, you strike me as the
or
type.
get together. Actually,
You strike me as the type of guy to say, actually, the year 2000 was 1999, not 2000. Y2K actually happened.
is there sound for that annoyingness?
Nah, it already comes with the sound.
Yes. Nah.
That one.
Good one. Good one.
Anyhow,
Thank you.
my question.
Give it a try. Give it a try.
My question before I
2023, we give no one any space.
Trying out new things.
my question: how many of your New Year's resolutions? Because I know you have a bunch
Okay.
that you actually kept.
Okay. Oh, you think I have resolutions? Oh,
I'll be surprised if Shamsy thinks this was an amazing year.
this wasn't an amazing year.
See?
This wasn't an amazing year.
Thank you.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Objectively so.
Yes.
No, that wasn't. It wasn't. It had good moments,
Had good moments.
but it wasn't an amazing
So
year.
it's
Yes.
called life.
I mean, some
No.
years are better than others.
Exactly,
Some
yeah.
years things go your way and everything's okay and great.
Some years, one thing happened that just lightens up the whole
yeah,
year. for
true,
you.
true. You know, but other years, like this year had a lot of ups and downs.
Like 7th grade.
I mean,
No, that's called trauma.
No.
There's a difference.
I mean,
That's forever.
similar to a new page, but yeah, you know,
It was a turning moment.
it was a new start. You know,
I wish I could explain to people the story.
But anyway,
You will never find out the story, and that's part of the joke.
yeah. So,
Oh my God, amazing.
So anyway, so as we begin this new year, have you no resolutions? Number one, have you not resolved to go to the desert for the first time in your life, for
No,
example?
no,
Because
never.
you've never,
What
you poor sad
I
man.
think it's a confluence of a bunch of things. But if I had to say something that would count as a resolution, it'd be like, yeah, I'm as a subject of my time and aging, I have less tolerance of people who are wasting my time in general.
Okay, so that's a resolution. Stop. wasting
No,
your
that's
time.
called maturity.
Exactly. I was about to say that's called being an adult now.
Yeah.
That also comes with time.
Like, here's the thing. I used to really make an effort to not leave people unread.
Mm.
Like, I thought that was rude. I thought that was like, no, لازم احترمهم. Like, the last few months, like, nah, I'm going to leave you all unread because
Is it part of the whole "nah, I'm good" mentality?
Exactly. This is a callback to the last episode. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good on keeping up social connections.
Yeah, دق عليه فجأة
I'm
out
good
of-
on responding to every single person.
Yeah, like,
See, that's different.
Good.
That's different. though.
دق عليه. I haven't talked to you in 3 years. Listen, number one. اللي like, متى نشوفك؟ Like, سم امرني. Like, عندنا مشروع. Like,
مشروع.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Does it end with .eth?
I'm good. I'm good. Wealth man,
out.
Or out.
Okay, see, that's a good start though.
Wealth man, wealth for
you
wealth
have,
man.
You have decided that this new year you will take less bullshit from people. That's
No,
a
that happened
resolution.
before. That was when I looked at myself in the mirror like, yo, I'm 30 something. Khlas, and I'm good when it comes to friends.
You listen, ladies, that's
I
where he's
was
at in life.
I was having that conversation with Ned, by the way. He was like, we were talking about white people. And then he was like,
As you do.
Of course you were.
he was talking about his college days. And he was like, I realized in my college, like, yo, I'm good. I have friends. I don't need new friends. Like, I'm good with it. I love the people that I have. I don't need to get new people or to be introduced to new people.
I kind of disagree with that though.
You disagree with that.
You-
but-
Because you're FOMO.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
not that.
You like to, you're very social.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what's the problem with being very social? They're going to realize later on that your door is open to everybody.
Okay.
Now, out of everybody that's coming in, how many of them are giving and how many of them are taking?
True. Very true.
And they're going to realize that the majority of them are just taking.
Very true.
And if someone is taking from you, taking away from your energy, taking away from your time, and then if you do not deliver, you are seen in a certain way, then you put yourself in a position that they have more power than you.
Yeah.
Which leads me back to number one's resolution of I'm good. I'm going to leave you on red for a couple
Yeah,
of weeks.
but again, you know as well as I do that I'm good. It's very hard to actually, pull off. And if you're very social and you're very outside.
Consistently, yeah.
You know? He can pull it off because he's very introvert. Turks can pull it off.
Yeah.
Me and you, we can pull it off when we just
When we
don't
want to,
care.
yeah.
You know? But it's very hard to do with certain people because you still need to open that connection, open that door. And so on.
See, the word friends is I think like something that we need to come back to, because a friend is someone who you build a deep connection with over time.
Exactly.
So maybe the word is used a bit too lightly. It's nice to be able
It's
to go
used
out.
in the same way as family.
Yeah.
It's in the same exact
Exactly.
way.
Speaking of
My
that,
friend, my family have the same weight.
Speaking of that, family. Well, I think one of the crystallizing moments is when I was, last year, I came back from a family gathering, like a wider family gathering, and like I realized
The tribe.
No, the family. We're big as a tribe.
Well, I don't say your family is a tribe on its own.
Tribe adjacent,
Tribe adjacent. There you go.
in more ways than one.
I know that.
When I came back from a large-ish family gathering, and I realized, I'm an elder-ish now. Like I have nephews and
People who are much younger.
people who are يعني يعملون لي حساب يقولوا يقدموني في المجلس وتفضل تفضل like
Expecting ideas.
I am no longer the guy that's قهوة.
yes
Yes.
so like at that realization like
Your presence has weight.
like that's nice. What is this feeling? Is it contentment and fulfillment?
I'm not supposed to serve coffee anymore.
Is it acceptance?
I can serve.
Is it authority?
It's maturity. It's
Wait.
maturity. No, but the point I was making, one of the good things about last year, at least for me, was being able to meet so many people that I actually ended up finding some people who ended up being good friends, طبعا keep in mind, I traveled a lot, so I went to a lot of different, environments that I'm not usually exposed to, let's say. And that's the point where I disagree with Ned at, because for me, some of these people that I actually met over the past year are people that I would like to keep as friends. They're not just acquaintances.
Okay, first off, you do not say that about people that you just met.
Yes.
You didn't go through enough to say,
Yeah,
yes,
true.
these
I'm saying
people will be around.
I would like to keep. That's what I'm saying.
No, see,
That's-
again,
that's
you
not-
would like to keep.
Yeah.
That's not called making friends. That's called meeting interesting people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and some of those people are people that you want to maintain a connection with. They're not just people that you
There's
just
people
randomly
that I
meet.
maintain a connection with, but we do not have a relationship
Yeah,
that I have
that's
with
called
you guys.
That's called an acquaintance.
And that comes with life and experience and all
that's
of
called
that.
an acquaintance.
Yeah.
And that's cordiality. That's an occasional text, an occasional homie checkup or whatever. And it's
Or making the effort sometimes to actually go have dinner or meet up for whatever social plans, and I think it's something that comes with age is that battery runs out. So maybe that's where he's coming from.
a lot,
get to
a
the
lot
point
of
where
a lot of emotions are like a muscle. Empathy is a muscle. Tolerance is a muscle. Patience is a muscle. Like you wear that out. It becomes stronger with time, but at the end of the day, there is a limit. And I've reached my ceiling of patience with people. Like ما وصلت مرحلة إني أزبد because I'm just not wired that
not
way.
yet there. We're not.
No,
there.
I'm not wired
to
that
the dark side.
Yeah, I'm not.
It is
Come to the dark
liberating.
side.
He
Come
can
here.
tell you.
I'm
Come here,
not.
trust me, it's
I'm
fun.
not wired that way. إني أزبد.
Yet.
because I
Yet, my
because
friend.
I know myself. When I get angry, it's really ugly.
Mm.
Like, and I feel like physically unwell when I get
But
angry.
see, that's
I
the-
relate. I relate.
Yes.
I know I have both ends of the spectrum. Always nice, occasionally angry, and when I'm angry, it's ugly.
It's a bad sight.
For the past week, I started exploring the gray area, and
The middle
it's so
ground.
fun.
Yeah,
It is so fun. It is whenever you just throw a comment that you know would piss someone off,
But you're comfortable with it.
but you don't care. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
like the
Please
one,
try it.
like the one you gave me over WhatsApp. That will be
Yes,
with me forever.
that
I've
was one of
never
them.
been
Yes.
so proud of you with my life.
See, that's growth. There we go. That's progress.
It is.
Listen, I will set the scene.
My friend Turks.
I will set the
He's a
scene.
bit.
I will,
No.
I will
no,
set-
no, no,
I will set the scene.
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, that's personal.
No.
That's personal. That's for us.
For us, we'll,
I want to keep this. It's gonna be
It's-
yes.
it was a
I'm gonna change your contact name. Interesting. Hold on.
Oh, it's that deep.
oh, the student has become the master.
Yes.
So,
I'm telling you, I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
And number one is in his fields now.
It was a burn.
You want to know
found it-
something funny?
Yeah.
Sorry, number one. But you want to know something funny? So, like the last 2 years, we found ourselves like in multiple groups that call themselves like families, right? And yet, I've known you for 14 years. We never called each other family once.
even
you, family.
though we do treat yourselves like family.
Oh, of course we
Yeah.
do, but we don't need to label it.
It's implicit.
We don't put
Yeah,
labels.
because
It's not, it's not explicit, Adil.
because
not
because
explicit.
we understand that family includes a lot of people that we hate. Yani.
Look, I can tell you.
Family isn't inherently positive.
Let's go down to a breakdown of like, this year because you were talking about your little growth. You were talking about your open.
Don't phrase it that way.
Okay, let's keep it that way. And the Turks have no idea what he wants to talk about his year.
It is beat mode.
what year?
This last
Choosing
year.
violence.
Oh.
You had a fantastic year. What are you talking about?
It was a good year.
It was a good
fun
year. It was a fun year. There we go. There we go. Thank you. That's it.
Time goes on. I don't know.
Okay, so very,
I'm not gonna package it between January and December.
Like you guys like don't break down your year.
لا, but I look at it in terms of
I
what
have
if-
bad memory. I do not know
What are you
when
talking about?
what dates are basically.
It doesn't have to be dates.
dates
It's
come
all
from a
events.
tree.
لا, for me, I look at it in terms of what
في
happened to
سكري
me.
No,
في مجدور في
I hate you.
All right.
Like what happened to me in terms of events throughout the year. Like the beginning of the year started off in a
Exactly.
certain way. It went downhill and then it went uphill and then it went downhill.
See,
more,
funny enough,
you know,
even though this year we were all like doing different things, we were not around each other as much as we like should
we
be,
were last year.
you know. But we all had that same familiar feeling
Mm.
where it was up and down.
It wasn't constant.
I started 2022 on a high. I was, bro, Muya was kicking, podcast was kicking. We just wrapped up Middle Beast. Things were happening. Things behind the scenes were moving in different sectors that I work in, do stuff in. And so it was going strong. And then
Boom.
March
Went downhill.
went downhill
for me, it was Feb.
really hard.
For me, it started from Feb.
I mean, I remember March 19th, my guy. It started going downhill. And I remember until June, like the whole second quarter of 2022, I was in this weird place. I wasn't happy. It's not like I was struggling or whatever, but I wasn't where I want to be. If you guys look back, you guys are not going to notice shit on the podcast. So like, don't worry about it going back. And so around my birthday, remember I went to London?
Mhm.
London, bro, I went and re-energized. Refocused.
Refreshed.
Not even refreshed, refocused. Yo, what do I want? What
Recalibrate.
do I need? Exactly. And I came in so fucking hungry. I was like, I'm not gonna go in and try to end 22 on just a high note. I'm gonna set up 2023. And second I came down, you guys saw me. We put the episode down to one episode a week. I was on fucking go mode. And the last 6 months have been fucking fun. Let's be honest. Like
Sure.
we had so much going on. The season started. We had so many events happening. We did so many fucking things, and things were going on a specific high. And around like December, I knew December was gonna be a rough month for all of us because we had so much shit that we're doing. I was like, this is not gonna end this way. And when I remember this like two days ago, 3 days ago, I was sitting here and I was looking at next year, right? Okay, 2022, it was 60% good. You know, I was happy with this. 60% is good with me. And I was like, I'm not taking the bullshit of 2022 with me to 2023. I'm not taking the noise. I'm not taking the bullshit, the crap, the fakeness, the industry life that people are living. And I really do not want to have it with me. And I'm not going to accept any bullshit anymore for that. Like, I think I fucked up on a personal level. I think I fucked up in 2022, early 2022 and late 2021 by opening my doors to everybody. Something that I've never really done. But because of this podcast and things that we do and things we're doing outside, I was like, let me open my doors. And when I opened it, that's when I saw all the fakeness again. The thing that I blocked out a long time ago and then never had to relive, I see it right in front of me again.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because that's like when we first met you, you had just come out of that phase, right?
Yep.
Like you were literally, and it was weird. Like at that time when we first met you, I was like, okay, I love how this person is very different than everybody else in the group. But there was a question in my head where like,
Who hurt you?
no, it was like, not that. I'm like, there's something else. And then I remember we had a discussion.
Yes,
and you told me like
Yep.
he's like, at that time, he's like, I had a friend group that I realized that I didn't know what I was doing around because nobody really cared or gave a shit about anybody else. And I just decided to take myself out of that. And then I met y'all. And then I realized how real y'all were, despite, how fucking amateur you are. But, you guys were actually
he had
cared.
sattar and it couldn't be a
Hey,
complete
that's
compliment.
بالضبط.
That's how I know it's an authentic story.
Exactly.
Yes.
Anyway, عرفت despite that.
Y'all shit. But yeah, you're
And
real.
I actually
real shit.
Yeah, you're cool, but I hate you.
لا لا عرفت اللي you guys are اقدر ازبد لكم وزبت
Yeah.
that
was-
one,
that was-
remember that guy اللي تزبد له
yeah.
to the number one.
اسكت.
Somebody walked in the room and had the unfortunate misfortune of not knowing who Adil is.
Okay, by the way, this is
Okay.
a fictional story.
and he decided to make a joke about Adil's age. Okay, I'm not gonna tell.
No, it wasn't about my age. It was about my age and
In
connection
relation
with
to
y'all.
to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
That poor. Unfortunately, this is one of our mythical stories of Sharqiyya. I wasn't there. Okay, there are a few of those stories.
That will be passed down in oral
my
tradition.
There's a time where Shamsi woke up with غرفة Turks, but we're not going to talk about
What?
that.
What?
Yeah, the guest
There we
room. Okay.
Okay, cool.
That's what you call it.
أيوة.
Yeah, yes.
So
Full of guests.
Zibda, the man was roasted for a good 10 minutes straight.
That was a good friend of mine. I haven't
Okay.
seen him since.
You know what happened after that? The guy was coming from Riyadh to Sharqiyya, okay? For the rest of the fucking weekend, bro, any room Adil is in, the man walks out of.
Allah yastar alayh. Anyway.
He doesn't even negotiate. He just walks out,
Look, here's the thing.
Question. Define roasting. Is it like ball busting?
No,
like
no, no, no.
laughing or just
No,
like
no,
this
no. I really went.
Soul destroying, crushing
Yeah, I
shit.
really went. I really went. Because he thought he was funny.
He thought.
Oh,
See,
that's even worse.
Yeah, don't come to me thinking that you're funny and you can't match the
Oh my
energy.
God.
And I was like, let's go. And
Challenge accepted.
15 minutes in, and he was like, yo,
Ding, ding, ding.
sir. But yeah, and he was like hurt to this day.
And this is one of the reasons why we love Adil. It's like literally this.
But anyway, so yes, you did meet me at it when I was changing phases.
Yeah.
And then I noticed myself opening the door to a lot of people and letting people into my life that do not fucking deserve to be in my life.
Yes.
And then
That's called the hedgehog's dilemma.
the who?
The hedgehog's dilemma.
I remember I saw Sonic the movie.
Sonic.
It was there, yeah.
No, the hedgehog's dilemma is a parable. It's basically two hedgehogs.
Which is a story
Yes.
for kids.
Yes.
Okay. Just highlighting that. Big word.
I'm sorry, number one. Keep going.
It's called symbolism, Shamsi.
Yeah, his middle name is the thesaurus. Don't worry about
It's called symbolism. A parable.
Shamsi the thesaurus.
Okay, go on.
Islam.
The hedgehog's حتى نسيت اسم الكلمة. The hedgehog's dilemma.
Dilemma.
Thank you, Shamsi.
You're welcome.
The hedgehog's dilemma is that two hedgehogs are stuck in the cold, but they need to be close to each other to survive. But when they're close to each other, their needles
Stab each other.
prick each other. So it's like that's a metaphor for relationships. You have to be close to somebody, but when they're close to you, they have the potential to hurt you really badly. That's yeah.
See, the thing is,
بعبرة.
the thing is, I never allow people into my life to that point. But some people, the problem is sometimes when you're too nice, people think they understand you.
Yes.
They think they know who you are. Like my boys do not know a lot of things about me.
في عيونك حزن يا عادل.
Thank you so much. If I squeeze a little bit, I cry. So when I got myself out of that bullshit when I was in London, I was like, I'm not gonna allow this. I came back and I just switched it up on everybody. If I don't need you, I don't fucking need you, period. If I need to be close to you, there's gonna be a reason why I'm close to you, and you're gonna know that reason. I'm not gonna, this whole bullshit of fakeness, I'm not playing that game anymore. I don't have time for fucking that bullshit anymore.
That's the crystallizing moment for you, is when I realized I do not have time for this. I have responsibilities. I have people depending on me. I'm not gonna waste my time on people who are draining me, and either emotionally or like just like wasting my time with people.
Bro, it's the bullshit of, hey man, we love you. Hey man, we love what you're doing. And it's just like, it's just lies. They just want to be close to you in case they can get an opportunity to do something.
Yep.
And like, there's no value to have them around. And some people will tell you, yo, we're on the same page as you. And they're not doing shit about their lives, right? They're just saying, yeah, we're on the same page. And I was like, bro, I don't need this bullshit around me. And like me and Shams, we got into arguments like last year because of like this alone. Because some people felt like because they have access to Shamsi that they have access to me. So they come to me as if it was Shamsi. No, Shams is a nice guy. Like he'll say hello to anybody, even if it's a cat.
Too nice, even.
I agree. But I'm not a nice guy. Like, don't waste my time. My time is very precious. And I'm not going to waste it on sitting next to someone giving me some bullshit story for me to feel some sort of way toward them, or feel like the worst one. I'm going to tell you exactly where like everything went crazy for me. Is that when I start getting phone calls, oh, by the way, that person's saying that. That person is saying that.
Yeah, I'd rather not know.
Yeah, once you get in a circle that there's a lot of that, you have to pull out. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? So I pull myself like, I don't need to hear this noise. This noise doesn't mean shit to me. It doesn't give me no fucking value. It's not gonna make me shake my mind. There's people, Chelsea knows this. Like, there's people that I fucking hate, but I see them. I like their pictures. I follow them. I talk to them when I see them. I do not like these motherfuckers, but I know how to move, and I move wisely. But at the same time, I'm not over there waiting the whole time. Yo, man, I'm going to hang out with you. No, I don't do that bullshit. No, I keep my distance. But for some reason, I have to be close to this person. For whatever reason it is.
It's called cordiality. Like, at the end of the day, if you have a reason to have that person in your life, it could be for...
Sometimes they're forced into your life.
Yeah, sometimes they're forced into your life. If you have a reason that you want to keep that person in your life, it has to be either you want that person in your life for... like a relationship that you enjoy their presence, you value them in some way. Or honestly, if we're being cynical and we're being realistic, you have something that you need from that person. But there's a difference between that making that person feel that you need, that they're a friend, as opposed to like, yo, being straight up like, I have a business interest in you or a transactional interest for you. I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be respectful, but it's not that deep, homie.
Yeah, it's about being authentic, honestly. And at the end of the
because
day, the way you want to deal with your relationships is you don't. I'm not here to, as you said, play any bullshit with you. I'm not here to waste your time. I will be as polite and as diplomatic and as cordial as I can be when I'm with you. But then again, we know where the limits of the relationship are.
I'll give you an example from one of the homies, one of the other boys.
Sorry, all the groups of men.
Well, that come up to my house and kidnapped me. That's a callback, listeners, to last episode. Anyhow, one of the boys, he comes from a well-connected business family. Hello?
Okay.
His dad is important, and so is his brother. Okay. Recently, he had connected with this mutual friend, friend of a friend, and الرجال دخل يعني ودعس معه.
Okay.
His aunt passed away, and this is a few years ago, and he's telling the story about this guy he just met, who got close to. Was calling up on the third day of the funeral. ويعزي مدري ايش ما انا متاخر وما ابغى اثقل عليك ولا بس انا لازم اجي لا تروح like dude you don't have to go out of your way, it's fine يعني we all have things going on. لا. He said no, I have to come. Then within the space of a same phone call, he called him and said, yo, is your dad there? No, he slept, he's very old. Oh, is your brother there? Like, no, he has business. يعني it's late يعني he finished and he went like طيب أبو شباب أدري الوقت تأخر فما ودي أثقل عليك ما وراك نومة like peace out ما جاء.
You're very transparent.
Well, this is within the same phone. It's
That's
the
not transparent.
it's that
افهم يا فهيم.
Exactly.
that it's really disgusting. And in the same phone call you're saying I have to be there, I have to be there, I have to be there because you're my brother, you're my friend, and the same and that switch within the same phone call like يا ابو الشباب يا اخي استحى على وجهك شويه. It's like
A lot of people are friends with you based on what they consider is the friendship without taking your approval. So they'll see you, okay, I had my friend who is very well connected. I'm just going to be friends with him because he's very well connected. And doesn't take into consideration anything of who you are, how you feel, what you do in life. No. I just want you there for my personal interest without even trying to understand what kind of a person that you are. And this is where it comes down to people calling each other friends and family so fucking quick without actually living through something. You know, friendship is deep, as Shamsi said a second ago. There needs to be a deep connection while you guys are friends. We have friends that we've known for a long, long time that we rarely see, but when we see them, we're still friends because there's a value to that relationship. Finding someone that gives a living shit about you is very rare.
yes.
You know?
Being able
Because
to
people
connect
have
with
their own
somebody and all
people
that.
have their own stuff going on أصلا.
No, as you
it's
grow
not-
older, it becomes more difficult to build those connections because, as you mentioned, people have things going on, and it's not easy to be able to have that time to spend it with people and build those connections. And travel is a good way of doing it, for example. But you travel for 1 week a year, 2 weeks a year. But even if you're traveling for somebody for that long, it's different than our situation, for example, where we lived together in the same city and we saw each other on a daily basis, you know, and not just that, like going through everything that we went through at that time. Even today, not even until today, we're still going through it.
And that's the thing. Like, one of the bullshits that happened last year that no one knows about is that someone tried to come between me and the boys, and they tried their best with me of trying to convince me that my friends, these people that I've known for so long, are not really my friends.
Yeah.
And I played along. I let them come to me with their bullshit and their lies and their fakeness, and they try to basically build anything in any case that they can fucking find to create some sort of separation. And didn't mention it to the boys, didn't talk to the boys about it, didn't say anything. The boys didn't find out like 4 or 5 months later because they didn't need to know. They know me, I know them. So they know that I got their backs even if they're not around. And I know they got my back even if I'm not around. So if someone is coming into a 14-year relationship trying to convince me of not knowing this idiot and this idiot.
Thank you.
Thank you. See, this is how we know we're family.
Accepting.
You know?
The doubt is so insignificant, I don't even remember the story.
It's very hard to come between people who really understand each other. But other people feel like because they talk a certain way and they act a certain way and they're life coaches or whatever, they think like, oh, I can dissect your life. No, bro, you cannot dissect my life.
Birds gonna fly, fish gonna swim, idiots think they're gonna be slick.
Yes. Anyway, let's go off all the topics.
So our New Year's resolution is not giving people bullshit any air.
I think our New Year's resolution is like, yeah, we don't care. We're just gonna live another life.
Another year.
I refer you back to, nah, I'm good.
Yes.
I'm good. Yeah.
Well,
Zero
anyway,
to sleep.
off of that, happy birthday to King Salman.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, King
You
Salman.
guys didn't know?
الله يحفظه ويطول عمره.
87th birthday.
Oh,
الله يحفظه ويطول
آمين.
بعمره.
Ameen, ya Rab,
Ameen.
Ameen, ya Rab. Happy birthday to our beautiful king. We appreciate you so much.
Amen.
على طول بعمرك.
I'm surprised you guys didn't know that.
I knew that.
Me and you, like, we understand why we know that. He should know that.
Okay. Because old age. Was it old age? Okay, I know something. I know.
What is this person?
You're very dumb, yeah.
لا. أنا
And you
عارف.
keep so
Here, I'll explain to you, Chancey.
Okay. No. One of the things actually.
receipts.
One of the things we were talking about, I was telling him about sitting down, we were having conversations with family, and like back in the day, old passports, like everybody was born on 1/1 because they couldn't really tell what day you were actually born on. I thought that was what you're talking about.
No.
Yeah,
It wasn't 1/1.
birthdays weren't today back in the day.
Yes.
إنه في الجواز متى
الجواز
تاريخ
قصدي يعني.
الميلاد يعني.
Isn't like 7-1
أتوقع
7-1
Yeah.
something like that.
7-1.
7/1.
Like okay, وش عمرك؟ متى انولدت؟ وش تاريخ اليوم؟ يلا خلاص سجل. It's like I think that was the story. Yeah.
That was the vibes.
That was the vibes.
Those
Yes.
vibes.
Well, anyway, I have a very important question. I think it's a topic that we should have discussed a long, long time ago. And I think I'm an idiot for not opening this conversation early on. And I want to take your opinions on this.
Go ahead.
If you're about to have dinner,
Okay, well, I know this is gonna be interesting when you got this excited.
all right?
I'm sensing an
If there's an if, not a when.
I'm
Hold up.
sensing
Hold on.
I'm sensing a عادل-ism.
Hold on.
Okay.
When you're about to have dinner,
Oh.
When,
Okay,
not if.
change.
Okay.
okay? And someone brings you a plate and the plate is cold. Are you guys okay with that?
Depends on the food.
يعني, yeah.
Dessert, fine.
Salad.
Hot pasta, no.
I'm talking about hot food on a cold plate.
No, that's awful.
Hot food on a cold plate.
Yes.
يعني,
That's
are they
awful.
expecting me to reheat it while the dinner is going on?
See, I know you have
Hold
no
up.
idea what I'm talking
Hold
about.
up.
لا لا
hold on,
متخيل يعني انه
Are we
في
talking
This is-
restaurant?
this
or-
isn't a
or-
micro-
I'm talking about
Shamsi.
home restaurant anywhere.
لا لا هنا تختلف هنا اوكي انا imagined انه انا معزوم على عشاء
No,
وجايب
there's-
معي
there's-
صحن or
صحنك.
something. إيه. لا لا مو صحن مو لا لا
Shamsi,
زي
Yo.
فطور رمضان
Shamsi,
زي-
stay in your
when-
lane.
لا لا
Okay.
زي فطور
Stay
زي
in your
فطور
lane.
رمضان
This is-
نسوي فطور
this is
كل واحد
Turks
يجيب
and
معاه
me
شغله
time.
Hold
No,
up,
no, no.
hold up,
I'm
hold
talking
up.
about you're about to eat a meal and you
There-
get an empty plate
There's
I
to
get
put your meal in, or someone serves you your meal, a hot meal on a cold
there
plate.
are two scenarios
okay.
here. There are only two scenarios. Restaurant time and house time. House time, room temperature is fine. Cold, أمشيها depending on the food. Restaurant time, it has to be hot. If the meal is hot, why am I paying you for cold plates? Yeah, fine.
Look, restaurant. I think they are gonna serve you on a warm
No,
plate.
I've been in
Really?
that situation. Yes. Like, why am I ordering fettuccine Alfredo
Oh, wow. Oh, that's fucked up.
Wow.
and it's cold?
Why are you ordering fettuccine Alfredo?
That's a
Period.
different question.
Period? Question mark.
Your snobbery aside,
You are not 12. Okay.
Sometimes I enjoy basic things.
It's not Olive Gardens.
It's comfort
Alright?
food for a reason.
Get a fucking lasagna.
Sometimes-
If you want comfortable.
Sometimes I want chicken tenders. Sometimes I want fettuccine. It's
Oh,
fine.
you get chicken tendies.
Yes.
Anyway.
And I get nuggies.
Okay. Wow.
Even cute.
All right. So you were saying,
So yeah, it's like,
and you were served on a cold plate.
yes, it was like, no, that I'm not paying for cold plate. I'm paying for ambiance.
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 But when you're home,
It, again, depends on situation.
okay, then what's the right response if you're served hot food on a cold plate at someone's house?
Oh,
Listen, what is a
you
cold
grab the
plate? Like an cold plate?
Not
يعني.
ice.
But it's not a
room
warm
temperature
plate.
or
No,
in the
no.
fridge?
Not room temperature.
Room temperature is fine.
Why
We all
are you
know
putting
that.
plates in the fridge?
Okay,
أيوة.
we'll talk, okay.
I think that the situation is
Hold on,
تكييف.
let me explain it.
تكييف.
Thank you. Tekif, or we're winter, my guy. Everyone's windows is open.
واضح
so
انه
room
جاك واضح انه
temperature is
جاك
different.
عشاء وبصحن ما عجبك يا ابو عدول وتقروشت. Okay.
أول شيء تعمل ما تقروش.
What did you do? No, you were like, fuck.
no.
I really want to
I'm
react a
asking the
certain
boys.
way. I really want to react.
I'm asking the boys.
What's the hierarchy here?
انت معزوم? Yeah,
Yes.
you were somewhere?
انت
If-
معزوم
if-
and
then-
someone gives you cold food.
يعني
Hot food on a cold plate.
دامي معزوم يعني
معزوم.
بحترم
I'm talking
نفسي.
about when I grab the plate, it's cold to
Yeah.
the touch.
Is it a young cousin's place?
It doesn't matter.
No, it
Can-
doesn't-
no, no,
It doesn't matter.
I might honestly
Can you be
back
the
الكبر
auntie,
والمبلع يعني I'm not gonna say anything.
Is it, if
انا
it's one of,
معزوم احترم نفسك وكل
if it's
والله
one of-
Okay, that's you.
if it's
Hey,
one of the
okay.
boys عازمكم والله شباب تجمع عندي الصراحة تزبع هاي بس if it's like auntie اسكت.
غصب عنك تسكت.
Yes.
لا انه out of respect انه this guy
By
this
the way, it
person
never happened to me with my aunties, but wallah ma asكت.
okay,
I'm saying right
لا،
now.
شوف،
والله
I
ما
might
أسكت.
say a comment انه oh this plate is cold but I'm not gonna make a fuss about it obviously يعني.
No, the comment,
first off,
the comment
you're-
is making a fuss.
Yeah,
يا أبو
exactly. Yeah.
الشباب.
You don't need to make a fuss.
It's
You
like-
just saying that.
Yeah, that's
causes commotion.
that's
Yes.
بين قوسين افهم يا فهيم
It's an
يعني.
observation.
It's an observation.
It is an observation.
Wink, wink.
We,
I observe that you
I-
offended my food.
I observe that I still have feelings in my hands and I can actually sense heat.
This asshole said to me, "مالك الأكل بحميه."
oh, that guy's,
Okay.
What?
Yes, I was like, bruh.
Oh,
He
you,
was like,
okay, you
he's
actually
like,
said something.
Yes.
What did you say?
I can't say it on this. I can't say it on this.
Okay.
I can't. People will read this even a different way.
Okay.
this guy doesn't understand thermodynamics.
Bruh.
Well, okay, تمون. On the
Even
guy.
if I didn't,
إيه هذا سؤالي.
Even
تمون.
if I
لأنه إذا
didn't.
بتمون بزبط.
the second I grabbed it, bro, I was like, nope. He's like, ايش فيك? I was like, حبيبي. Not gonna happen. I was like, شو الصحن طيب? He grabbed it. He's like, okay, it's cold, but the food is gonna heat it up. I was like, motherfucker, where? Okay, where do we live?
Wait,
heat up what?
You're
Food gets cold when it's outside. How's it gonna heat up the fucking plate?
It's getting colder now as we talk.
When you take food out of the oven, it's a race against time.
exactly.
The finished goal is
Thank you.
the finished goal is your tum tum.
Do you know how they say rest the steak after for 30 minutes or something? Like how long?
Oh, woof. Wow. Okay.
sorry,
You
15
eat it
minutes?
really cold. I'll tell you.
Okay. How long do you rest the
7
steak
minutes.
after?
7 minutes.
7, 8 minutes, right?
Yeah.
After you get
I
it
think
off
that's
a,
too much.
7 minutes after you get it off a grill.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
rest it.
It's for the
Okay.
juices.
Remember, Turks used to wrap it in foil and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
for the
Yeah.
juices,
Yeah.
for the juiciness.
Okay, interesting.
Like, I feel like that's way too long. 7 minutes. I want my food to come like frying hot, bro.
وزبت للرجال طبعا.
Yes!
وما تعشيت.
Was the food cold?
No, I ate. I'm gonna tell you something.
Let's just be clear here.
I'm not an anarchist.
Okay.
Okay, I understand that dinner parties are for dinner.
Like when he said it's gonna heat it up, there was an exchange of words while grabbing the plate off of his hand.
Okay,
And then
in the midst of it, I nibbled.
and basically it's like I was saying like thank you for this cold food, but in my own way. And then I put it down. He's like, لا أنا بحبه. He's like, والله ما تحبني.
Okay,
It became that.
It was
Yeah.
served this way. I will eat it this
Yes.
way. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
exactly.
Thank
you for your kindness.
Yes, sir.
So it's,
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat this.
you know what we call this? This is called merjala chicken.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
which
you.
is
Thank
exactly.
you. You want to play this game? We'll play this game.
لا بس يعني you did the right thing. As a guest, you consumed what was offered
Oh
to you.
no, trust me. He
Okay.
didn't see me like politely taking the plate off his hand and say I'm gonna eat it.
Accept them.
No,
Okay,
I was like, I'm gonna make you into
Watch
an
me.
example.
Okay.
This story is gonna be heard across the globe.
Oh wow. يصير فيك
Fulani,
مثل.
Fulani, I'm not doing the podcast because I'm not an asshole. Okay, but
But you already know.
off the podcast, like people will know.
If you know, you know.
I'm telling you, you served me a cold plate with hot food in it.
عبرة لمن يعتبر.
This is why if you want
It's
to.
just a race on the race with time.
Thank you.
You have hot food that's getting colder. You better consume it as fast as. My pacifist
Thank you.
approach
Passive
to this
approach.
situation is to eat it as fast as possible before it gets cold.
But the spoon is cold, my guy.
And the plate is cold.
Yes, everything is cold.
So
The second you take hot food, you put it in your mouth, it's
3
like a
seconds.
cold ass spoon.
you have 3 seconds.
3 seconds of cold spoon.
The 3 second rule.
This is a fall to the ground, Turks. Wrong rule.
I thought you've dropped.
No,
everything.
yeah.
No,
Never mind.
See, if
Bro,
there's
I was like pulling, he's pulling, I'm pulling.
if there's one good thing about this,
والله ما تهمي والله ما تهمي.
if there's one good thing about this, hopefully he won't serve another cold plate to anybody else.
Hopefully, yeah, he will learn his lesson for the rest of his life.
See, exactly. So thank you, Adil, for being a
Yes.
guidance post.
See, I'm helping people after. So I don't have to live through this.
Yeah.
A lesson has been learned, but the damage is forever.
شفتوا قد ايه وين وصل يا جماعه؟
I don't
وصل
know,
بطنكم صلح بطنكم.
I don't heat up my plates. I don't know about you guys, بصراحة.
So you would
Sure.
easily put like a hot steak on a cold plate.
Yeah, I'm at home. I'll pull out a plate from
No,
the
but
cupboard
why
and just
is
put a steak
exactly
on it.
why is the plate cold? Anna, this is my question.
It's a room temperature plate.
In the winter.
طيب, your houses are always cold in the winter.
I know,
Are
I
they
know.
not warm and toasty?
I know. Like,
We don't all have central heating.
Hold on,
Shams.
relax. He just picked you. I know. I wanted to let it go, Shams. I wanted to let
I
it go. But he
don't
caught you.
actually. إذا ما تدري بيتنا
I'm
قديم
just telling you.
بس
والله.
يعني
بيتنا قديم. بيتكم كان وزارة. Okay. كان بيتنا القديم.
I mean,
It
as
was,
the
designed,
rooms.
it was designed by Norman Foster.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God! If you guys know the Ministry Interior building, similar,
That's the shit.
very similar,
But with wings.
with wings.
And a couple of,
Anyway,
and a couple of deer prancing
off to
around.
other topics, ladies and gentlemen. So, boys, have y'all seen Sattar?
Finally.
Yes.
Beautiful,
I saw
beautiful
it.
movie.
All right, well, we want to hear reviews because we saw it and
we
we
talked
couldn't
about
talk
it.
about it. Now we can actually fucking talk about the movie.
Okay.
It's really funny. And like, like the people who already get it.
First off, we want to say congrats to Tilfaz,
يستاهلون.
Shmeiz
يستاهلون.
Films,
يستاهلون.
شو اسمه خيرو. I was gonna say his name by his username.
Yeah. He's no longer that, my
Everybody at Tilfaz, congrats on breaking an office
Records.
record
Congrats.
for the highest,
guy. Biggest opening Saudi movie.
biggest opening Saudi
First
movie.
Saudi
There you go. Like, congrats. Like, we love this movie. Like, we love this movie like so fucking
Yeah.
much, even before people saw it. And we're so happy to see that's the result of it.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement when we say hedgehogs sold the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
وهجوك
Definitely.
يعني superstar honestly as a character.
Bro, everything about that movie I love. I've never thought that there's gonna be a day I'm gonna say this.
You know what's the
about
nice?
an Arabic movie.
And
You
it's
know-
quotable. Everything is quotable. And
So,
that's what-
okay, now back to the question that I had last time. Do you guys think this could be a cult classic?
Yes.
Definitely. I'm
Thank you.
thinking a 40-year-old version, that kind of
It's gonna be a movie that in the future people are like, oh,
You
and
look back at that. Yeah.
Eh.
لا بس شوف أنا الحين حتى when we were talking about it right before the podcast started, you guys were mentioning like the scenes that really got you, and it actually got me excited to actually go back and watch the movie.
Definitely worth rewatching.
It actually has replay value, which for me is another sign of strength. You want to go and enjoy it again and again.
That's a sign of a good comedy
and
movie.
The movie is genuine. Like you can tell that the people who wrote this movie actually love wrestling, like from a genuine place. That like
So many references.
exactly. Like I was counting the references. Yeah.
And not just that.
It wasn't only the wrestling, bro. The whole story was amazing. The
Yeah.
different characters, the different dynamics, and the comedy with every single dynamic is hilarious.
The way they showcase different subcultures, you know, and,
Yeah,
and,
my
and making
favorite-
fun of
yeah.
all of them. Like
Yeah.
every single one of them, I will rip you off.
Yeah,
You know?
my favorite bit in the movie was that set up to the wrestlers. He goes into a series of wrestling matches, and there's a thing in wrestling called a gimmick, which is basically your character in the wrestling match. And the characters, like one after one after one, like they stole the show from me. That stretch of the movie were just a series of wrestling characters based on Saudi culture. Like,
Yeah.
this
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
That's the throwback. That's the authenticity that basically, honestly, I think makes the movie work so well.
Like there's a character. It's if we're going to specifics, there's a character.
Let's not spoil it.
Spoil away.
Yeah, there's
They had a weekend to watch
We had
it.
a weekend.
They had a
One weekend.
They had
Yeah.
1 weekend to watch it.
Yeah.
Plus
that-
3 days. Plus
yeah.
1 day. 1 day.
yeah. There's a character called Check. I think if I remember correctly, called Chicken Abdullah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like his thing that he's always checking in on Swarm and like Foursquare and whatever. And like what killed me, like I was dead in the theater, like in the screen that shows the wrestlers, they show Sattar. And then when they show his screen, it has a snap code on it.
Yes.
Like,
Yo.
yo, like congrats to whoever came up to that.
Bro, it's so original.
And it's true.
It's
It's
so
true.
original.
It's actually true to like things that we live through.
Here's the thing.
Things that we see.
Not only that, it's true to the time.
Yeah, I would never.
Yes.
I would.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
I would never imagine a movie to actually reference Makayat.
There we go.
There we go. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
There we
Okay,
go.
I feel like this is how Egyptians watch an Egyptian comedy movie. I've never had that feeling, and it's enjoyable.
That's beautiful.
That's-
That's
enjoyable.
beautiful.
Yeah. Like speaking to something that actually you know and relate to and can actually
Exactly.
live through,
Yes.
you know?
And good.
Mm.
And fucking good. مرة it's a good movie بصراحة.
It's a time
مرة عجبني.
capsule.
توك معك الكبسة جيب شوربة جيب شوربة جوعان
طريق المشط.
من هناك.
But that's the thing. It's so true to the time. It's like a time capsule.
Mm.
If in 20 years you ask about this year and you play that movie, you will remember it. Even when you're telling to your kids, you
Yeah.
will remember all
That's-
those characters, all those things, what it meant, what was going on at that time. Because, like you said, check in the snap code.
Like all the other small references.
okay, what am I ruining?
Yeah,
Okay,
all
but
the other small references.
All of them. Like one of my friends called me
and
up.
even the throwbacks that he mentioned, like Mac Hayat is something that we know because we lived through. Like you weren't here for that.
When
So
we
no-
were, I told you about fuck Nawaf.
Mm.
Fuck Nawaf went with his dad. This is really hard for to say. Okay. And he told me, he's like, I loved it and my dad loved it. He was like holding his stomach from laughter because he got all the jokes.
he got the references.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful family. My family went to it. They all loved it. Everybody like that I know that went to it really loved it. And I think I'm so fucking proud
Yeah.
of this boy.
Sartar.
I'm so proud to watch them build this. We've seen them crush it on YouTube and social media for so long.
For years.
And watching them crush it now with the box office, it's a proud
Yeah.
moment for the whole industry.
Agreed.
Yeah, أنا عن نفسي
So
أنا
fucking
بحرج
proud.
عن الفيلم. Like everybody I'm gonna meet. Like,
Oh, أنا already
man.
بديت حليلك خلاص. Yeah, trust me, go watch this. You will laugh. If you want to laugh, if you actually want to laugh, like go check this out.
Bro, I broke my family VIP experience. I was like, you guys are gonna watch it any other way except this.
Okay, حلو.
you go بالغصب. Comfortable seats ما عليكم.
رايح الساعة كم؟ الساعة 9 الساعة 9 تفضل.
قفل مدير شيل 6 هنا.
Yeah.
Oh man, congrats to the boys. So fucking proud.
سهلة والله.
والله
I swear so fucking
ودك
proud.
تشوفه again؟ أنا ترى رايح يعني إذا ودك.
If I have the time, I can
بسحب
go.
العرين معي واحد والثاني.
The boys?
Let's go.
Definitely.
If all the boys are going, I'm gonna go.
فصلوا عليكم ترى ذاك اليوم ايه خذ ألمة وراح ما قال لا تركنا الحال دخلت يا عيال وين ألمة supposed to be here like راحوا والله يعني they were salty ملحوا الريال مرة
مشكلتهم يا أخي دول movie.
You went with Elmo.
Yeah.
How did Elmo like it?
You enjoyed it a lot.
Because it fits Elmo.
إيه مرة.
It's an Elmo movie.
Yeah.
I really hope that this becomes a new Elmo movie, so we don't have to go back to that bullshit ass movie that he used to like.
وش اسمه ماجايفر
MacGruber is a good movie.
Fuck you. All right, no, we're not doing this shit again. Okay,
it is rated 0 literally 0 on Rotten
we've been
Tomatoes.
fighting about this for like over 10 years now.
Okay.
There's a certain joy to a really good bad.
Okay, no,
Sorry.
fuck you. I'm
All
not
right.
taking any comedy advice
No.
from you anymore.
No.
Yeah, not after
No.
last time. Not after last
Yeah,
week.
screw you.
Yeah.
It's funny
You
for
don't
me.
get to tell me what is funny.
Nope.
Number
Screw
one.
you and screw Elmo, both of
Yeah.
you. We're not taking nothing from both
وهذا
of you.
بعد معهم ترى.
What?
المشكلة he has his good times.
Exactly.
He has his good
أيوة.
parts يعني يضحك أحيانا.
There are
بس إنه-
beautiful dark parts of the internet. That you
No,
have to
there
enjoy.
are-
Exactly. They don't get it.
I'll
They
give you the
don't get
It's
it.
an acquired taste.
Whenever Turks is describing something to you and he says, when there's an somewhere, even between sentences,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a caveat.
exactly. He's protecting himself.
I will spare y'all from the embarrassment.
Don't judge me, but you know.
Hey, I'll spare you off from the embarrassment of telling the world what the fuck we were actually watching, but never again.
It was hilarious to me in Turks. We were enjoying the
beautiful.
cringe.
Yes.
There, like, here's the thing: like, comedy is a spectrum.
Yeah, I'm opening something so I can just find it so I can ignore
It
it.
was spectrum. Comedy is a spectrum.
You're well
also.
familiar with spectrums, Shams.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some say you're on a spectrum.
I am on a spectrum.
Multiple.
Are you
Yeah.
not? Spectrum of life.
True.
So anyway, off the other topics. What's the name? Did you guys see Whiskers Assam, my brother, his post
No.
about the game devs in Saudi? You guys see the post?
Yeah, the
chart.
the growth.
Yes. So he posted this thing. عدد الشركات الألعاب اللي نشأت في السعودية. All right. So we could go back to 2021. All right. This
Okay.
game development companies that started in Saudi. In 2010, there was, I think, around 1. And 2016, there was 3.
Okay.
2017, it was 2, went down. 2018, 1. 2020, 3. 2021, 2.
Oh wow.
What's happening?
2022, 11.
Oof.
Wow. Okay, that's some
Yes,
growth.
we-
Finally,
That's a boost.
bro. That's
we
more
call
than
that
tripling.
exponential growth.
Yeah.
Let's keep in mind. So what happened this year in gaming? Like, he's not going to answer when he's
National
asleep.
gaming strategy.
National gaming strategy.
Savvy was
Savvy.
launched.
Savvy. Esports.
Esports
got bigger.
Esports Federation.
Gamers 8.
Gamers 8. The Gamers 8 is an extra. But
Yeah.
so, no, things that happen in the game.
Even the conference, there was a next gen. I think gaming conference.
Was it next gen or the
Yeah.
future something?
Next,
Yes.
I think it was the next gen one.
It's
So-
like it's gonna be a while, few years going forward.
So basically, what happened was Saudi started solidifying its position within the gaming industry.
yes,
It started, I think, around 2021 when, what's the name?
Acquired.
PIF started acquiring companies.
Yeah.
And now we actually have like a national. We are seeing the not the flowering. We're seeing the birth, let's say, of a new games industry in
That's
Saudi.
crazy. A year later, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
11 active developers is huge compared to 2 and 3.
huge,
Yani.
bro.
And they're probably spread out as well. They're not
like
always
look at the moves that China has been doing, and they've just started recently. Like one of the biggest games in the world, Genshin Impact, is a Chinese game.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a game for weird people.
Okay, there we go then. That's why
I don't play it.
Okay,
I don't play it. I don't like
Look
that
who's
game.
speaking.
Turks.
Yes.
I've never heard of it.
There we go.
It's
Checks
And
out.
I know we checks out.
Checks out. Okay.
that game has made in a year over $1 billion
Whoa.
in revenue. It's one of those like weird giant games that everybody's playing, like League of Legends, but nobody understands how big it is. And it came out from China.
Bro, the gaming industry worldwide is the biggest sector of the entire entertainment, I think, industry.
Without any facts,
Yeah.
we're gonna
No, because
we're gonna back it up.
No,
Barry.
no,
we're
because
gonna back it up.
because we know
we
that
have no statistics, but we're gonna back it up.
we
for
know
you.
that the music industry,
Makes sense.
generally has been going down. Streaming has been going up.
Exactly.
We know that the books industry has been
Yeah,
dying for years. Okay,
Tencent is
so
one of
what
the-
else is left, right?
Tencent is one of the biggest publishers and developers in the world. They own PUBG. Guess where they're from? China.
Mm.
Like it's
Tencent's a powerhouse.
yeah. It's like it's
As a company, it's already a
Bro,
powerhouse.
Yes.
Activision Blizzard is $1 billion company. What are you talking?
it's so Activision Blizzard is so big. The actual merger the acquisition by Microsoft is probably going to be stopped by the SEC because it's like
Isn't it already halted?
it's already halted pending investigation. if I'm not
Yes, there you
mistaken.
go. Yeah, that's what I thought.
And like yo, this is like getting into antitrust territory because
Yeah.
it's that big. Like PlayStation has gone on record like, yo, this is gonna hurt us.
Now, I'm
Yeah,
actually
they're
looking
gonna buy
for.
out everything, bro. You're gonna eat the market.
I'm actually looking forward to see Saudi games with Saudi influences, like similar to what Sartar is
Oh,
doing.
definitely.
Okay, in terms of like, show me like an action adventure from Al Khali, for example. You know, show me that experience. Show me how you retell the stories of certain, like, let's say, Arab mythologies that happened in the past. You know,
Yeah, show me the Saudi Final Fantasy where instead of crystals, it's shawarma.
or Faga.
Was it me you having this conversation?
Y'all better never develop
I
a
really
game,
hope it doesn't.
please.
I hope it doesn't.
No, Faga at least is in the desert. Yani.
Were we the ones having the conversation? Was it me and you having the conversation? Was it on the podcast? I'm trying to remember. We were having a conversation about developing things here with the problem having the Western influence. Was I having a conversation with
I
you?
think we had that conversation at some point.
No, I'm talking about like this last couple of days.
No.
Was it like the animation thing?
I think it was that.
Animation
Talk about
styles? Animation styles.
Yeah.
Yes,
Talk about
yes.
exactly.
Okay.
It falls on the same thing. Gaming falls on the same thing. Are we gonna fall into the trap of creating something that's already approved by the West and already has guaranteed success, or are we going to create our own thing and hope that we can succeed in it?
But with gaming, it's an interesting thing because a lot of American games, especially indie games, are influenced by the Japanese based on like the retro style, like pixel art and what have you. So it's sort of like it becomes so cyclical and circular, it kind of loses all distinction. It's like from how you're presenting the game to the actual content itself. Like, okay, these graphics are like, I can tell these are inspired by Super Nintendo games from Japan, like the late 90s, but at the same time, I can tell like, yo, it's American. So it's like, it's a continual evolution and process of iteration.
But where are we going to fall?
But that's
Yeah.
different, though. That's different in terms of using pixel art. That's something that's related to gaming when it evolved. Now, what I'm talking about is, remember that wolf game? I remember there's a game where you play as a wolf.
Wolfenstein?
No.
The Amaterasu one?
Eywa. There we go.
Yeah, Okami.
Okay, so that was a
Okami.
game that basically you play as a wolf. That's
Yeah.
inspired by Japanese mythology. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about going back and getting our story,
And that's what I'm trying to talk
our
about.
influences.
How are we going to be? How are? Look, the problem with starting any company is that you need revenue as soon as possible. You need to create a product that generates revenue or have multiple streams that create revenue.
So quick wins.
You need
Exactly.
something
Start off.
trusted.
Exactly. So are you going to go the safe route and build something that's already in front of you and people already know that they love it?
Mm.
Are you going to give it that Arabic twist? Or what are you going to do?
It's hard to come up with a hit. Yani مثلا,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yani, Rockstar came out with GTA 1 and nobody gave a shit about it. They came out with GTA 2 and nobody gave a shit about it. Came out GTA 3 and people are like, whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
but keep in mind, the reason they got from 1 to 2 to 3 is because they had enough revenue to make 2 and 3.
Yeah, but so you get my point. Then until it actually breaks out, might take some time, and you might.
I'm not looking at a hit.
misses.
I'm
you
not
know?
looking at a hit.
Mm.
I'm looking at what's the direction that these gaming companies are going to take.
For me, as gamer man person, I think the easiest way to catch the wider gaming sphere's attention is to show them something that they weren't expecting.
Yes.
To show them something like, okay, everybody's seen a first-person shooter, but what's the twist here? Like a couple of first-person shooters are coming here the past few months. There's actually like a first-person shooter music rhythm game. That's a first-person shooter. Like, yo, that's interesting. Like, I hear that. Like, yo,
The innovation.
I'm interested. Tell me what's that about. There's a first-person like the Doom games. They're first-person, but they're so different from the Call of Duty games that they might as well be their own genre, because they're focused on like twitch reflexes, scores, combos, etc. Like they're not the typical quote-unquote Call of Duty thing. So.
But see, that's not easy to do, though.
That's
right?
not easy.
Yeah, like we're talking about innovative games that stand out from the crowd.
The
No.
first thing you need to do is understand what is the gameplay that you want to lock in, and what's
Or how about first you understand who your audience is?
Exactly.
And then you understand, are you making a game that's local or global?
And what type of
I disagree with that because a lot of really memorable games, they're motivated and they were designed from a place where a designer said, what do I want to play? What
Okay,
do I
how many of
enjoy?
those games were backed by big financial money?
Here's the interesting paradox. The bigger the financial incentive, unfortunately, the safer the end product becomes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that comes with you only end up there when you're talking about a publisher or developer that is mature enough to know that
Yeah, back-
Halo 1 worked. I need Halo 5. Bro.
Yeah, back in the day, Ubisoft made a lot of interesting games, but as Ubisoft became a big multi-billion, Rayman, Beyond Good and Evil, those were really interesting games and really like out there. But as Ubisoft became a multi-billion-dollar industry,
Assassin's Creed
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 billion.
Yeah, but
Far Cry
none
5.
of these companies we're talking about are near any of that. We're still talking about the stage
Yeah.
1 direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that gets me to my point. The most interesting games that are coming out, they're indie games. They're small.
True.
They're small games. They're medium games. They don't have a lot of quote unquote financial backing, but they catch the eye of a certain publisher and like, I'm gonna take a risk on this. One of the bigger.
You're an established company
No.
that's developing games right now.
And the reason for that is a lot of these games don't have the resources. So the question he's asking is what happens? What do you do when you do have the resources?
Exactly.
What do you do when you actually have the ability to build a AAA game? How wild can you go and how
First off,
inspired
I
can you
don't
be?
think, I do not think that there's, from these 11 companies, I don't know how many of them are actually aiming toward AAA games.
yeah,
I think it's all,
or they have the resources.
I think right now it's all mobile.
Yeah, like because AAA gaming is like it's a really complicated thing.
AAA
Yeah.
gaming is your GTA's, your
Your
big games
GTAs,
on
your
God of
PlayStation.
War.
a God of War, Uncharted. Like we're talking games that have hundreds and hundreds of people across multiple years. They're just doing a single thing.
And they
I
cost
went through the
millions
credits
of
for,
dollars.
what's the name, for God of War. Oh my
Wow.
God, 5 minutes long?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
The
it's-
list just kept going and going.
And the game is worth it.
yeah, and the reality
Amazing
is,
game.
and the reality is, game development is specifically when we're talking about AAA game development. It's not something a single studio does. There's outsourcing up the wazoo here. Like
That's how I want to ignore AAA gaming. That's what I'm saying. You are now a gaming development company. What's going to be your direction? If you are right now in the market, you're a gamer. What would you do?
I think the tactic would be figure out a game that builds me an audience and establishes me in the market as not legitimate, but establishes me in the
Then
market.
what direction are you
and
going
my
to take?
yeah, it's again is from what I've seen. The saying holds true. Cream rises to the top. You make a good game that stands on its own merits, and people will pay attention. That has held true for like a bunch of games. Like there are games that were made by two people in like in a part.
Sweden.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
I know.
Undertale. Hello.
Yeah, Undertale was just like
Norway.
one guy made Undertale, and that's one of the biggest and
Yeah.
most successful games of the past 10 years. He
You're
made
talking
it,
about story, art direction,
Everything.
music,
and he made
gameplay.
he made it in RPG Maker, which is a free program. And القحت.
Okay. None of you are answering my
but
questions.
I get what you're
I know
saying.
you
I
get
get
me.
what
He's
you're
not
saying.
getting what I'm saying at
Yeah,
all.
I
the
get-
thing is, you have to give gamers something familiar with a
Yeah.
twist, and that's the tough part.
Yeah,
And that's where you go and look who your audience is. That's why you said audience first, because you want to know you're making a game. I'm a Saudi game development company. What's gonna be my target?
Obviously, Saudi gamers.
That's number one.
That's number one.
because
Then-
it's a big business in Saudi.
and you understand their language. That's the thing. Like as a person from Saudi, blacks, you should be able to know or understand at least. Similar
Do I
to
want to develop a game that is regionally restricted, or do I want to develop a game that is
that's what I'm saying.
global,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
why would
that
it be?
can compete with the all the games that I watch, like I see whenever I open the Xbox store. or
Yeah,
the
So
PlayStation
why is it
store.
regionally restricted though? When you're looking at an audience, يعني مثلا the person that developed Undertale, okay, he had a certain, let's say, perception in his mind, okay, of the audience who's going to play this game, and then that turns out that audience is much bigger than what he expected. So when you start off and you're looking at the gaming habits of people here, and you're looking at the interests of people here, and you try to figure out a balance between those two, you never know how many people you're going to end up touching with that.
Yeah, but gaming demographics are not
Static.
Not only that, they're not defined by
Age or location.
location
Yeah,
or culture. Sometimes.
We know that. See, there you go. Exactly. We know that people in, let's say, China love mobile games. We know that
There
people
you
in
go.
Japan love RPG games. We know that people in Poland love dance games. So
I think Assam was talking about how big mobile gaming is here, and I think it's more bigger than console. Which I think,
Yeah,
I think
that-
100%.
that-
yeah,
definitely.
I think it's 100%.
Yeah, I'm team.
So I'm saying, if you're a game development
Fortnite
company,
alone.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be what you'll be focused on. You'll be focused on everything that every single person has a smartphone now.
exactly. So that
So
for you
what
opens
game
up.
can you create for that? If that's gonna be your target audience, if this is how you want to create, because I do go back to what Champs was saying. If we're not creating games that speak to our identity in any way, shape, or form, then we're losing out.
Yes,
if
I
you're
agree.
talking about it need to be global, Japan is creating games just for Japan.
No. I'm not saying, again, to me, it's not an either or. You can be true and authentic to your background and culture and your own experience and be interesting, because a lot of the things that catch people's attention is stuff that's out of left field.
Amaterasu, good example.
Yeah, it's Okami.
Amaterasu.
Okami. اللي هو.
A recent breakout hit in the past few years was a horror game set in Indonesia, and it was made using Indonesian folk culture.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah, so that was made for an Indonesian audience, but because it was so out there and so not used to what people were seeing, it caught on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And that's what we're talking about.
yeah, that you can do that.
we know that you can. The question is not you can. The question is will they?
you? Yeah.
You should. That's in my opinion.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for summing it up. Thank you for
I swear
summing
to
it up.
God, man.
I think that's a good tactic to start if you want to compete on a global level, to start with mobile games.
Yeah,
Give people something that is interesting for them
Accessible.
to download and check out for the cultural aspect, and that's how you reel them in, and then you get them addicted by good gameplay.
Do you know how I see it?
I would say they need to come in because the game is good.
Okay, first
and
off,
then the culture aspect.
No, the other way around.
let's say right now I'm just a game development company, right? And I just launched my company. I'm about to create a game.
Lam'a Games Inc.
Thank you. Lemma Games Inc. Right? If I'm going to create a game, the first thing I'm going to see is there is a way for me to create a hit game here without having to worry about what's happening abroad. Because now with the national gaming strategy and all these like Gamers 8, all these things that are coming along and all these competitions, there are places where I can go and show off my game to get more eyes on the game that I have.
Yeah,
And in the same way, the Red Sea Film Festival, how they were supporting
we have
Sattar, excuse me, how they say like helping out Sattar, not helping out, as in like the promoting it and
Showcasing
saying
it.
how amazing it is and standing by it. You know, if you create a good game, that you're gonna have people that stand by you here and support you. So if you're starting out, I think your number one focus should be local, because all these E3 and all these other games, they're still not gonna accept you anytime soon. But you have a chance to have a footprint here with support of a national gaming strategy.
And the way you do that is being able to do similar to what Sattar
Yeah.
did, is being able to speak the language that people here can understand.
We are incredibly privileged here to have a government that is supporting us and our endeavors wholeheartedly.
Facts.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
That's a major advantage.
I have an air horn. I have an air horn somewhere, right? I might. No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
That's good.
It works though.
That's good. Just give it an applause. All right, that's enough.
And it's like we talk about the numbers in the national gaming strategy, and like it's a bunch of other sectors. Like the message is go do it and احنا معك. And that's
And that's a very positive
that's
message.
a really
super
that's a
inspiring
really
message.
empowering and inspiring message, and it's
Amen.
coming from the government itself.
This is why I say there's no excuse
Yeah, there's
for
no excuse.
anybody in the industry, in any industry in Saudi, not to be able to create something for the locals when you have the government backing you up to help you establish your company or your product or whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, we
With that
can
being
do
said,
it.
thank y'all for being here. We appreciate everything. Off to other topics.
Off to other topics.
First off, we want to say rest in peace to the GOAT, the king of football, Pelé.
Pelé passed away. And that's, yeah.
Speaking of
He was sick for a while.
Yeah, he
in the
was
hospital,
sick for a while, man. If anyone who never seen Pelé play, YouTube is available. Don't be like Shams and say, "Oh, he's the best player that I've seen in my life." Go actually see him.
He is the best. He is the best player that you've seen in your life.
have you seen
mine? Yes,
Yeah.
not yours.
Not mine, no.
Yes, yours is Messi.
Because لحقت عليه انت.
No, I'm not hacked عليه, but there's video evidence. I grew up knowing that Pelé was the king.
Okay.
Like everyone that spoke said Pele was the king. So my entire life, I grew up looking at that. There was tapes available for so long they can go and see, and now you have digital. We can go and see this man and things they created.
I've watched actually a couple of his matches in the World Cup 1970. Like, yani, homie was a player.
لا يا شيخ.
Yeah.
Of course he was a
Oh,
player.
player.
The 3 World Cups, my guy.
Some might say the player.
Yeah.
He is the player. He's your goat's goat.
And then like OG. This is the OG.
No, he's the king. He's the king. I love the Santos. Santos just,
Dedication.
they just put a crown.
That's
it. That's it. Eternal. They wrote.
The fact that he never left Santos. Actually, he did.
He did leave
He went to. But that was at the end of his
خلاص,
career.
yeah.
Yeah. He went to
still.
the States. Played for the Cosmos.
Amazing player, a legend of the game. He will be missed. His antics every time someone says Ronaldo's the GOAT or Messi's the GOAT, he comes out he's like, nope, I'm alive. I'm alive. None of them.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
None of them.
You know,
Stop speaking bad on my name.
y'all have opinions. You can hold on to them.
Exactly. I got
sure.
my feet are made out of gold.
Yeah.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Oh, that's a bar right there.
Yeah.
Don't call it a comeback. Anyway, with that being said, see.
مبروك 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 نعم
ولدنا
طبعا لازم نحيي ابو عدول في يعني رابطه جمهور النصر.
Yes, I am a devout officially
Yes.
supporter of a Nasr football club,
Yes.
which I loved as a child.
التيشيرت معلق فوق التلفزيون هنا ما انتم شايفينه.
Exactly. ما تشوفونا.
ما تشوفونا بس موجود معلق.
Turks ما يشوفوا بعد.
I see it, listeners. I see it.
كان يمسح في
That
السيارة
was
الحين حساب معلق.
okay. Put some
gonna get
respect,
upset.
please. Put some respect, please.
First off, I want to say congratulations to the whole sporting industry that we have here in
Amen.
every single sector, man. I like congrats on the marketing. Congrats to like every single sector that we have.
Congrats to Nasr.
Congrats on the teasers.
I'm gonna get to Nasr.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to Nasr in a second. First off, the Crown Prince said a couple of years ago that he intends on having the Saudi League be one of the top 10 leagues in the world.
Okay.
In order for you to get there, that requires a lot of work from grassroots going up.
True.
And the Ministry of Sports, Prince Abdulaziz, has been amazing in leading that. And we saw it with how Al-Muntakhab is playing. We saw it in the Winter Olympics. We saw it everywhere. And getting the opportunity to take Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greats of the game, who's going to be also eternal in this game, to come to Saudi and ignore the US, ignore everything else.
Talk about a coup.
What an amazing achievement. It's an achievement for Nasr. It's an achievement for the league. It's an achievement for the country. It ticks all the boxes. This is not something small.
No, it's not.
This is really, really a huge fucking deal.
We are still talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. Who just came off the World Cup.
That everybody got butthurt that he came to Nasr.
خليهم.
And everybody's trying to make you like think of, oh yeah, he's washed up, that's why he went. Oh, he just went for the money. It doesn't matter. He's
حسودين.
here.
You know,
He's here.
حسودين يا ابو عدول.
you know what's the response?
النصر.
You know what's the,
حق النصر.
All right, hold on before you go. So last episode you were talking about how Messi is your GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay.
بس أنا نصراوي بعد.
But Nasrawi, so
You know this.
Yeah, I know. So
You know this.
now the conversation is what's going on.
This is not news.
So what's going on?
احسن لاعب في تاريخ السعوديه وصل ماجد عبد
السعودية،
الله.
ها؟
انا احبك انا اقدرك انا تربيت عليك بس يعني كريستيانو وصل. كريستيانو وصل.
Oh my God, this is an amazing fucking moment. This is an amazing
I'm
moment.
buying season tickets ترى النصر. Not even joking.
Congrats to Boots, the homie Boots,
Yeah,
deserves
honestly,
it.
honestly.
Congrats to Her Highness Dima. She knows what's going on. Her
Yes.
brother Sultan also.
Yes.
Like all these hardcore Nasr. Oh, okay, my ears are blowing up, bro.
أنا طيب.
Bro, دخلك على الجيم شوي. Okay, this is like I just found out that تشجع النصر like 10 minutes ago.
لا،
I'm so
same
relaxed.
دعوة.
I never knew.
3 days.
I never knew.
3 days ago.
3 days ago.
Let's be accurate.
it's more than a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the hardcore fans that stood by that club even when it was down. Like Boots, we understand. تشجع Arsenal, so like you're used to this kind of thing. But like to other people, it was a difficult thing to actually sit there and be a Nasr supporter. But watching Nasr get this win, I'm so happy for everyone. I am so proud that it's happening. I'm hoping it makes everybody happy. For everybody in the country and the league that are just talking their shit, shut the fuck up. All right, this is a moment. This is a great moment, and it says a lot about it. Yeah, you should really appreciate this moment.
Yeah,
stop this like sport hatred. Look, the whole Messi Ronaldo debate came out of the fucking media. Those two players just want to play. The media fed you this bullshit that everybody fell into the trap and everybody's fighting between them. Who's the best? Who's the best? Who's the best? It's not the conversation. The conversation, everybody is fucking good. Both of them are amazing in their own special ways.
But newspapers need to be sold to.
Exactly.
Newspapers
and now we have this man-child that's bitching on Twitter. Muntahi.
Man children.
But relax, bro.
Let me show you the voice notes I got. Don't worry. I got voice notes. Like
bro, the haters,
people are butthurt. Like
we are so proud. We are so proud. I'm not gonna say that I'm an avid watcher of Saudi League. I wasn't, to be honest.
You will be.
Now I have to, bro. I have to. I'm Nasrawi all the way, bro. Till I die, son. Till I die. I might not go to the game, but till I die, I'll be there to support. I'm really fucking happy. I finally have a team in the Premier League, which is Newcastle. Shout out to Newcastle, doing an amazing job. And now I have a local team.
I think they were second.
I think they're the third now?
Yeah, but
I think
they're
third,
second, yeah.
And now we got Nasr coming up with an amazing fucking player that's gonna destroy this whole league. Bidnillah.
Honestly, it's great for us just to
It's called disruption.
Yes.
No,
amazing disruption.
And not just that, it elevates the league. It elevates the league in so many different ways because now everybody else knows that, this guy is here. So in order to be able to just compete with him, we need to raise our levels. Other than that, then we're out.
That's the question. What's Al Hilal going to do about this?
It doesn't matter. They're gonna play. No, come on, relax. They're gonna play their game.
You know what?
They're gonna play their game.
You know what energy that's had.
They were talking about getting Kanti actually. That's the competition that I'm talking about. You're getting a world class player. I'm gonna get a world class player.
Look what Ibrahimovic. What's his name? I was going to say David Guerra. I forgot his name. David. What's his name? The Spanish player who went to New York City.
David Paella.
You need to relax.
Villa.
Was it David Villa? Yeah. David Villa, there you go. Yeah. You have Perlo.
Beckham when he went to
like all these players, like how they uplifted the MLS just by going there.
And now you actually get to see good players coming out from the US and they're actually, establishing themselves in European clubs.
Exactly. And MLS did the same bullshit by paying so much to bring these people there.
Yeah. So it's a process. It requires time, but nonetheless, bro, the amount of eyeballs that are going to be on the Saudi league now because Sam is playing there.
Bro, you saw nothing.
And that's the social media account. Social media account doubled.
From 750 to 5 million.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a number,
more than double.
I saw it at 1.9, from 1.9 to
no,
5
4.
million.
There was 0.75.
Yeah, it was 750,000 when it started last couple of months.
Yeah.
And it just jumped to, what's the name?
4 million points.
Let's talk about a surprise, honestly. Yeah. Like as much
it's
as...
It's at 5.9 million, by the way.
Now?
As much as the media talked about it, as much as like you heard it in the media, it's the kind of thing that you're like, nah, it's not going to happen.
30 million likes.
30 million.
By the way, I agree with you. I thought it was not going to
happen. Like honestly, as much as I saw it in the media, when I started to believe it, when I started seeing it in the Spanish newspapers, I was like,
Here's the funny thing.
These motherfuckers know what they're talking about.
They had the little April Fools a while ago.
Okay.
And everyone was saying, listen, this is the time when Spain has the April Fools. So expect bullshit in the media. So I was seeing that and I was like, okay, this must be some bullshit from Spain.
The Spanish fools.
All of a sudden he's holding up the jersey. I'm like, oh.
No, it just came out of nowhere, honestly.
It was happy 30th when we found out.
It was.
Piece of shit.
It was.
I'm honestly looking forward to Georgina shopping in Souq Izdil.
Okay.
It's actually في البوليفارد بس sure.
Hey, they're gonna have a good time here.
Yeah,
they're gonna have a good time.
And this proves the joke. Everybody's moving to Riyadh.
Exactly. Cristiano's here. Georgina's here. Exactly. Where are y'all? Yeah, no excuse.
شوفوهم في نتفليكس وفي شارع التحلية. You can see them there.
شارع التحلية.
That's it.
بأي سنة أنت؟
ما راح التحلية قريب. ترى في مطاعم
He lives there by the way.
في تشيليز.
لا في مطعم اللبناني ذاك.
جربت اللافا كيك؟
والله زعلت ذاك اليوم رحت never mind.
Wrong crowd. Wrong crowd. Be careful there. Well, anyway, shout out to everybody. We're so fucking happy. We look forward to this. I told the boys I want the episode name to be Saudi, but they said no.
Yes, no.
We have better options.
No.
We have better options there.
They said I didn't stop.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
That's the end of the episode.
Literally, I had to stop.
Oh my God. Well, anyway, I think it's been a crazy year.
الحمد لله عدت السنة هذه. Bye bye 2022. Hello 2023.
Okay, see, with that kind of energy, we don't want.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, please.
Bro, I am glad to put last year behind me, honestly.
We'll see this year.
Motivation.
We'll see this year.
New year, new me.
Not me, just new things.
Anyway,
I think there's somebody who posted a meme and it showed up on my story and like it encapsulated my feelings going into the new year. The meme said, going into the 2023 unchanged because I was never the problem. I'm like, yo, respect to you.
Talk about self-awareness.
Respect to you.
Talk about self-awareness.
Respect to you. Like, shout out to
Amen.
you, my friend.
Amen.
That's amazing.
I was never the problem. Y'all the problem.
Who had the track? I'm the problem. Was it Cali?
I'm the problem.
I think it was Cali,
I
yeah.
think it was Cali.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cali B. Well, anyway, speaking of music, NBL dropped a song on the 11th of December that we don't play.
What?
Whoops.
They're like, I don't want to be like a snitch.
But,
NBL's in Toronto. I just want to let that out. Hey, that's it. Yeah, let me play this. There we go. That's for you, NBL.
He's having poutine.
I called him. I thought it was gonna be a normal conversation. He's like, "Yo, I'm in Toronto." I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, "Man, I just escaped." You know, with this
escape to what?
deep ass dark voice. And it was called "Oceans Away" by Nawal and NBL. Yes.
Come like the water dripping down my face, crying my heart out 'cause I can't take the pain. 1, 2, 3, quick to give up on me. I don't think we were meant to be. You act like you got it all, but baby, watch yourself as you fall. You act like you got it all, but baby, watch yourself as you fall.
Yo.
Go NBL.
This is new. This is new. This is different.
Dude, it's expanding.
The range.
Oof.
Hey.
Oh my God. Shout out to NBL. Shout out
This
to
is crazy,
Nawal.
man.
This is a crazy track.
2, 3,
I told
quick
ya.
to give up on me. I don't think we were meant to be. You act like you got it all, but baby, watch yourself as you fall. 1, 2, 3, quick to give up on me.
Yeah, we're playing the whole track.
I don't think we were meant to be. You act like you got it all, but baby, watch yourself as you fall.
Shout out to NBL. Shout out to Nawal. Called Oceans Away. Shout out to the boy showing off his range.
Fucking
Deserves.
crazy.
Beautiful track. Beautiful track. Shout out to NBL. Shout out to everybody.
As always, NBL, you catch us by surprise and you're still getting better and better. Fuck yeah.
Look at Shaylat.
Well, honestly, fuck yeah,
Yes,
man.
He's like ticking off things as he goes.
Yeah.
Competition, none. None. Shout out to the homie, bro. He's still working on his new album. I can't wait for people to hear it. The beats are crazy. And I think the problem with NBL, not the problem with it, the problem that NBL has, that his beats are too advanced for the market.
Agreed.
Not a lot of people can get on those
Can
beats.
jump
And a
on
lot of
that.
people are afraid of his beats.
Because he goes, there's like layers to it. You
That's
know?
a good problem to have.
That's a great problem to have. And I
But-
think it should be a good competition for people to get better. You always wanted to be like, you always wanted Metro Boomin hits. You always wanted all these like great producers. You have someone who is an amazing fucking producer. And he makes great fucking beats. And y'all just afraid. You know, if NBL had a different name attached to him,
Mhm.
if it was something from abroad,
Mhm.
all of them would be like lining up.
True.
I would actually see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would actually see that.
But shout out to the boy. The boy is amazing.
Yes,
He's working on a lot of
sirs.
great things.
ترجع بالسلامة إن شاء الله.
I think he's already back. But you know, just in case. Y'all want to call him?
I mean,
Let's call him.
sure. Enter
This is usually around the time that
What time is it in
in Toronto.
Do you think I care? This is usually around the time that I actually call NBL, by the way, for no reason. There we go. All right, let's figure it out. By the way, I usually call him. He doesn't answer. Oh my God, that was quick.
Yo,
Anyway, I know that you're asleep and shit. You're on the podcast, so hi.
Live, good sir.
hello.
Are you back? Or you're still in Toronto?
Still,
Still? Oh, okay. I
How,
thought you were
how
already
cold
back.
is it over there?
I haven't left the apartment in like 3 days.
And that's why we travel to see the
Yes,
same place
sir.
for 3 days.
Oh my God, what time is it over there?
8 for me.
Okay, Okay, wow.
It's
All right.
that o'clock.
It's that o'clock. It's I want to sleep o'clock.
Fucking 6 p.m., man. You're on my
Yo, shut
midday
the
nap.
fuck up. Get up. Midday nap. What are you, 90? You piece of
Did you
shit.
just say midday nap?
Midday.
Wow, bro.
Well, anyway, NBL, we just played a track. We want to say congrats on an amazing track.
Crazy,
Yes, sir.
crazy.
Thank you,
stuff,
man.
dude.
Thank you.
Well
Thank you.
done on the expansion, honestly.
You know, we love you. We think you're amazing, and we can't wait for you to be back.
We
And-
had to play with a little bit of everything, you know?
Yes, sir.
Taking off genres.
Anyway, listen.
Yeah, but you know,
Oh, tell me. Go ahead.
Turks asked for it. Like, you all saw the video.
Yeah.
You're an
Wow.
asshole.
I asked for Shaylat. لو سمحت.
Okay.
I'm still waiting.
New
That's
challenge.
next. That's next.
New
Allah
challenge.
yustar, Allah yustar.
New challenge accepted, basically.
Allah yustar. Look, he's been working on his Arabic side, bro. He's been doing great work. I have tracks.
I mean, I'm sure you do. Let's go. Stop
Anyway.
playing.
Listen, NBL,
Tell me.
do you know what that red button do?
Fuck my life.
Peace. I was hanging up in his face.
This is the new SM Maxwell.
Another NBL and Aziz classic.
Is this the new SM Maxwell basically?
Hey, go Aziz, wait. You know, this is how we're gonna go off. Yo, thank everybody for joining us. We appreciate every single one of y'all.
Have a great 2023.
Exactly. We expect nothing but the best for y'all and from y'all.
Don't change. Stay the same.
No, change. Evolve. Fuck this dude,
No
bro.
resolutions.
Anyway, we out?
We out.
Peace. Go ahead, Aziz. Go ahead.
I love how that was planned, but unplanned.
I'm planned, bro. Bro, I always play their music.
I know. Planned, but unplanned.
All right, cheers, away. We out. Peace.
Yeah, we're already out, bro.